wait a minute, what did I see? Oh my goodness, no way! Yes, guys, the MOZE one-shot build is back at it again. Esifa, this is LaserBolt, and as you guys know, I was the first person ever to discover the MOZE one-shot build over here on YouTube. But after the patch, guys, the MOZE one-shot build got nullified. It was no longer working because we weren't able to stack our shield break. But unfortunately for Gearbox, they're going to have to go back into the lobby, into the machine, and fix it once again, because we found a brand new way to actually get your shields to break and stack up that additional bonus. So if you guys did watch the previous video on the one-shot build, you guys know exactly what we're trying to do, but today we have a brand new method of actually getting this done. And this is thanks to courtesy of JB Gaming, who actually uploaded a video on YouTube kind of going over this, but in a very different way and a different mechanic. So thanks to him, guys, we were able to kind of figure out exactly what needs to be done in order to trigger this. So what you need to do, of course, guys, is I'm going to go over the exact build that I have. There's actually two builds and two ways of actually running this, and then I will go over on how you could trigger the effect. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the build. All right, so here we are in the skill tree. Now, like I said, there are two variants of this build. The one I'm going to show on screen is the variant that I am currently running because of the weapons that I currently have. Now, if you guys want to get a hold of these weapons, let's get this video to 400 likes. If this video reaches 400 likes, I will upload the save file on my Discord server. So I'm going to show you guys the build I have for the particular weapons that I'm using. But if you decide to use different weapons, then I'm also going to be playing on screen a different build that works for other weapons. The biggest difference here is that one build is more focused on getting your ammo back, and the other build is more focused on, you know, getting more incendiary damage. So let's go jump right into it. So we're going to get started with, of course, shield of redistribution, and we are going to be dumping 1 point in security bear. Now you're probably wondering, why are we wasting points on Iron Bear? Iron Bear is pretty much going to be kind of our safe blanket. He's going to be the one that's going to protect us from any damage or any option that we have of going down, because we want to avoid going down with this particular build / aka glitch. So here's what we're going to be doing, guys. We're also going to be dumping 5 points into armed infantry. This is going to give us gun damage and damage reduction. We're also going to be dumping a total of 5 points into drowning in the brass. This is going to give us gun damage, fire rate, and really good for this particular build. We're also going to be dumping a total of 5 points into Vlad Ingenuity. It's going to give us max shield plus shock damage resistance. Then we're going to be dumping 1 point into experimental ammunitions, which is once again going to give us bonus incendiary damage. We're going to be dumping 1 point into full can of whoopies, and this is going to give us shield recharge rate. We're going to be dumping a total of 3 points into behind the iron curtain. Now, the thing is, my class mod's giving me 5 of desperate measure. You at least want to have 3 here. So if you have a mod that gives you 2 or 3 here, just put an extra point in there, but you guys should be good. This is just going to increase your gun damage. Right now, my gun damage is 83. So if I were to spend another point in here, it would boost it up really high. But I think 83, I'm happy with 83, just based on what we have, because we'll have infinite amounts of weapon damage with this particular build. So next up, guys, we're going to be dumping a total of 5 points into the Doctrine. Once again, gun damage, there we go. And then force feedback, and this is going to give us, when we score a critical hit shot, our shield is immediately recharged. We want to make sure we keep our shields constantly up. And last but not least, 1 point into Tenacious Defense. Once again, giving us gun damage and restoring our shield. So that's what we're going to be doing into the shield of redistribution. Now, the other skill tree we're going to also be spending points are on Demolition Woman, and we're just spending 5 points into Grizzled. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to make our action skill cooldown come really, really fast. And this is important because, like I said, we want to make sure we never have an instance where we're like, where the heck is Iron Bear? Oh my goodness, where is Iron Bear? We need Iron Bear. We don't want to have that. So we want to make sure that we know Iron Bear is going to be there to save our patootie. Then we're going to be dumping a total of 5 points into Cloud of Lead. What this is going to do, it's going to give us incendiary damage, but it won't consume ammo. Now, this is really important because the main reason I'm tapping in here is because I want to get that incendiary damage. Now, that won't consume ammo, this is also going to be beneficial for you guys if you're not running the weapons I'm currently running. Then, guys, we are going to go with, of course, increased most Iron Bear incendiary damage. We're going to be dumping a total of 3 points here. And we're going to be dumping 5 points into Scrappy. This is going to give us weapon handling and movement speed. And, weapon swap speed. And last but not least, guys, we're dumping 2 points into RPM, scorching RPMs. Fire rate and critical hit damage on Iron Bear are increased. And also on MOZE. That's 2 points there. And I believe I am currently missing a point here. Why am I missing the point? 3, 5, 5 here, 2 here. And I believe I'm missing it. Oh, that's right. I didn't pick this one up. Tenacious defense. I said I picked it up, but I guess I didn't click on it. So there we go. That's what we have as far as our skill tree. Now, as far as what we're putting on Iron Bear, we're going to be putting... Now, this is going to be basically primarily focused on the MALIWAN raid. If you're running other content, you can switch this around to something that you guys feel is more suitable. But I like to have corrosive and shock when I'm doing it. So we're going to be dumping... Oh, sorry. We're going to go with the salamander, and then we're going to put the warfare, and we're going to equip that. And then for the, for our other arm, we're going to go with this one, and then we're going to equip the armature, which is going to give shock damage, which is what we use for the, for the MALIWAN raid. And, Iron Bear is going to cause a lot of havoc here. So that is what we have as part of this one. But now you guys are saying, like, let's talk about the gear. Let's what we have for the gear. And I keep messing this up for some reason. Let me just make here. All right. So you guys are like, all right, let's take a look at the gears. So this is where we're rocking, guys. Infinity pistols all across the board. Now, the reason we're running this is because these never run out of ammo. And we're going to be stacking a large amount of weapon damage that... Theoretically speaking, it doesn't really matter what weapon you're using. Now, this is going to be dependent on how often you want to do the mechanic to actually trigger the weapon damage. If you want to do very little of it, pick a weapon that has a higher base damage and run the skill tree I'm about to show you after we go over the gear. If you don't mind, you doing this one, you don't mind doing it a little bit longer, but you want to have a weapon that's never running out of ammo and does a ton of damage, then go with the Infinity. So, I am running 3 Infinities, one with pretty much no elemental. And if you have one with action skill that gives you on action skill cooldown or on Iron Bear, those are the ones you want to go with. Or maybe you have one that says shoot an extra projectile while teared. Anything like that that gives you weapon damage is what you're looking for. So I'm running one with no elemental. I'm running a shock one. I'm running a corrosive one. So on action skill and weapon damage is increased by 100 for a short period of time. This is really good. Hop on Iron Bear, exit out. You're good to go. And then we have on action skill and deal bonus radiation damage for a short period of time. Another really good one to have. So I'm running all 3 elements just for the heck of it. But the main thing that makes this build work, of course, is the shield. So listen to what I'm going to say and listen closely. So this is what's going to make your shield, or pretty much give you infinite damage, infinite fire rate, infinite speed. So you're going to be looking for a shield that grants you stuff or bonuses when shield is depleted. Very similar to what we had in the previous build. So for this one, I have plus 22 weapon damage shield is depleted. So that means every time I do the glitch, it will stack up 22 times. So I do it once, that's plus 22. If I do it again, that's another plus 22, 44, 66. You guys get the point, 88. So you guys will get the point. Every time you die, you will automatically be able to stack this up. In addition to that, my shield also comes with a 10% fire rate. So when I do it, it's going to give me, I die once, that's 10. I die twice, that's 20, so forth and so forth. Now, these drop in different variants. There's ones with weapon damage shield, and there's one with increased speed. So instead of the fire rate, it's going to give you faster movement speed. So it's going to give you plus 10 movement speed. So if you don't want to have the fire rate, the way I would say it, if you're running the Infinity pistols, go with this one, fire rate and weapon damage. If you're running any other weapon, go with weapon damage and movement speed. That's my suggestion. But just make sure you have a shield that gives you a bonus when your shield is depleted. Primarily weapon damage is what you're going with. Next, we're going to go with the bloodletter. Doesn't really matter what you're running here, as long as you guys are happy with it. I personally like the bloodletter, but you could go with anything. It really doesn't matter. You want to make sure you go with something that gives you your shields back. So this is actually pretty good. And of course, for our artifact, we're running this one, temporary warning when your health drops below 50. We want to make sure we don't die, because if we die, it messes everything up. Then we're going to go with the recurring hex. And the reason why I'm running this grenade is because it freezes enemies and it's actually pretty good. It also applies terror. And I wish I had this one when terror, you were able to get more damage. But currently right now, we don't have it. So how exactly do you do this glitch and how do you play? Before I tell you all that, I just want to go here, put it on screen. The other build you want to use in case you're running a different weapon. These are the images of the build you want to go with. You just put this together and you guys should be fine. You guys shouldn't have no worry. And, if you're running a different weapon, not the Infinity, make sure you put that build on and you guys should be good to go. So how do you do this glitch? Well, in order for you to do this glitch, you're going to go into your map and you're going to head over to Necrotafeo. I think that's how you say it. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Once you're there, guys, you're going to go to Desolation Edge and it's going to automatically spawn you here. What you're looking here is that we are very close to an edge that, that's really close to the edge of where you spawn point. The reason being is that instead of how we were doing it before, where we used to stack up the damage by burning ourselves and having the shield get it depleted, this time around we're actually able to stack this by jumping off the edge. Not dying, but jumping off the edge. Every time you jump off the edge, you're going to be stacking it. So for the video that you guys saw at the early stages, I did this between, I'm pretty sure it was like 20 to 30 times to actually get the results that you guys saw when I was doing the raid. Now, if you guys are running a higher based weapon with one more damage, you're not going to need to do it that much times. You're going to have to do it less. You're probably going to do it like 10, 15 times. Now, this is really good because it saves you a lot of time, especially now with the RNG being so low on a couple of weapons and a couple of mods. This is going to save you a lot of time. The main thing you want to do after you stack it up, either 10, 20, 50, 80 times, however often you want to do it, probably going to take you between 2 to 5 minutes the most to get it to 30 stacks. And that should be good enough. If you want to go over 30, go right ahead. But what you're looking for is you're looking for the weapon to actually kick really, really hard. So if you want to do 50, you want to do 80, you want to make things go super fast, it should take you roughly like around 5 minutes. Now, after you get it done for 5 minutes, the only thing that you have to worry about is you could go anywhere that you want in the world. You could farm Slaughter Shaft. You could do, any boss. You could go do the raid multiple times. As long as you don't quit out of your game and as long as you don't die or go down, this will stay active in your inventory. And any weapon that you have, it will also activate it on every single weapon. It doesn't have to be the main weapon you're running. It could be any weapon that you have within your inventory. That's what makes this glitch really good, is the fact that you could do a lot of content very fast, very easy, farm the bosses without having to worry about dying, going down, and having a ton amount of damage. And there you guys have it. That is the MOZE one-shot build. It is extremely fun, and I would highly recommend you guys definitely test it out. It's a lifesaver, and it actually saves you a ton of time. Yes, you'll probably spend about 5 minutes, making sure that you actually get it stacked up. But after that, all the content is pretty easy and breezy. Now, I know some of you might be saying, like, I don't want to glitch. I don't like glitches. Well, I have other builds that don't revolve glitches. This is just to help people who are struggling that don't have the right gear or are missing parts for their gear, or they're just trying to farm and find an easy way to farm to actually do it easier. Now, people were saying rip on my previous one-shot build, but I'm glad it's back at it again. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.